Hello, fellow learners. I'm Teacher Candy, and once again, we are back with another gaps and difference questions, shortage and shortage. Okay, both sides are short. Let's see how the difference help us to solve. All right, let's take a look at this question, gap and difference, shortage and shortage. All right, so Lydia bought some colored papers for her class, and we have the first if here. Okay, so if Lydia gave 11 colored papers to each student, she will need 81 more. So why does she need 81 more? Because she doesn't have enough. So she's short of 81 at this moment. Okay, so let's take a look at the second if. Okay, if she gave 7 colored papers to each student, she will still be short of 21 colored papers. Okay, now she tried to give fewer papers to each student, but then she is still short of 21 colored papers. All right, so how do we draw the models? Okay, now before that, let's take a look at the questions given. How many students does Lydia have, and how many colored papers did Lydia have? Both, we don't know how many students, we don't know how many colored papers as well. Okay, so first of all, we draw a line to represent the number of colored papers that Lydia have. So I call it the budget as well. I call it the budget. Okay, so anything that passed this line will be over her budget, and she doesn't have that amount. Okay, so let's take a look at case 1. Okay, case 1. Okay, so we will draw a model and it will overshoot the budget. Okay, so she's giving 11 papers per student and she will need 81 more. So this 81 that crossed the line, she doesn't have. Okay, she don't have. Okay, so let's take a look at case 2 this time. Case 2, she gave 7 color papers to each student. Okay, lesser papers, that's why the model is shorter, but it still crossed the line. Okay, she will be short of 21. Okay, so you see the gap here, and let's take a look at the difference. As I said, differences will cause the gap. All right, so between case 1 and case 2, okay, the difference between the number of papers per student will be 4. So how do we write it? Difference will be 11, the first case, minus 7, the second case, which will be 4. Okay, how many 4 will cause the gap here? So before we find that, we need to find the gap. Okay, so let's take a look. The gap is from the end of the model to the end of the other model. Okay, the gap here. Okay, so we can find a gap, okay, which is caused by the difference by taking 81 minus 21, okay, which is just 60. All right, so in this case, the number of difference, which is 4, will cause the gap of 60. Okay, and it also helps us to find the number of students. Okay, how many students with the difference of 4 cause the gap of 60? Okay, so let's take a look. Number of students I can find by taking the gap 60 divided by 4. So how many students? That will be 15 students. Yeah, 60 divided by 4 is 15. Before question A's answer is 15 students. Okay, now let's take a look at question B. How many colored papers did Lydia buy? Now, how many colored papers? We are looking at the line. We are trying to find the line. Not anything that's over, but exactly the line. So we can find the first model, the whole thing, and minus away the 81. Or we can use case 2 as well. Find the model and get rid of the 21. Okay, so the thing that is, we know that there are 15 students. Okay, let's use case 1 first. Okay, 15 students and 11 papers each student. We will take 15 times 11. Okay, we still need to minus the 81, yeah? So minus 81 because she doesn't have that, and that will be 84. We can do a check with case 2. All right, so for case 2, 15 students again. Now this time each student gets 7, so 15 times 7. I still need to minus away the shortage here. Okay, this extra here that she doesn't have. So minus 21, and you'll see that we will get 84 as well. So the number of color papers Lydia bought, 84. All right, that will be 84 colored papers. All right, I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you in the third video, access and shortage.